Trick or treat, my sweetest scents. Once upon a time, there was a girl who loved to smell sweet. She loved the smell of vanilla. She loved the smell of caramel. She loved the smell of chocolate. She loved all the sweet smells. Her stepmother and stepsisters hated sweet things. They all smelled like boiled cabbage. Ew. And the girl wasn't allowed to wear perfume because everyone was allergic. One Halloween night, the girl dressed up as a very tanned kitty and went trick-or-treating. And she walked through the forest in the dark, all by herself. She noticed a wonderful smell, but she didn't know where it was coming from. Her costume mysteriously disappeared, and as she got closer to the wonderful smell, it seemed she was floating on the wafts of whatever that smell was. Soon enough, she came across a house in the forest she'd never noticed before, even though she walked through there every single day of her life to get to school. The house was made entirely of beautiful perfume bottles. "What the absolute," said the girl. For you see, the house wasn't just made up of any old perfume bottles. These were all the perfumes she had always wanted to smell. There was Carolina Herrera and Jean-Paul Gaultier and Montal and Rassasi and Juliette Hazagan and Nishane and Zerjaf and Elie Saab and Comme des Garçons. There was 4160 Tuesdays and Maison Margiela and Chanel and Zoologist and Dolce & Gabbana and so many more. As she approached the house, a beautiful enchantress emerged. And the beautiful enchantress said,
Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing.
"Trick or treat," the girl yelled altogether too loudly. She was a very loud young girl. Annoying, really, but there you have it. And as she licked her costume oh, that's too fast. Okay. Just then, the girl noticed that there were 5 jack-o'-lanterns conveniently sitting where she could see them. The first jack-o'-lantern turned into a beautiful Instagram logo. And into the girl's pillowcase that she used because her stinky stepmother was too cheap to buy her one of those plastic pumpkin buckets, you know, the ones, she placed 8 full-size travel sprays that included Soleil, Jasmine Whisk, Girl of Now, whatever that word is. This is her, the only one intense and fabulous. "What?" said the girl, whose costume had mysteriously disappeared again. "Here, let me mail you some sourdough starter that will die before it gets to you." And she did. Just then, the second pumpkin turned into a beautiful lady. "Here," said the lady, "let me support you for absolutely no earthly reason." And she did, and I didn't read that fast enough. And the beautiful lady put decants of L'Interdit, Le Parfum Royal, Chaga Food, Sophia, Angel Muse, Wonderland, Peony, So Scandal, and Donna into her pillowcase. "Whoa," said the girl, "I sure hope I love all of these, because if I don't, I'm going to feel like a huge sack of poo." But the girl actually didn't love any of them, and she spent the rest of her life feeling like a big sack of poo. Then, believe it or not, the next 3 pumpkins all turned into the most supportive and kind, wonderful people. Oh my God, they filled and they jammed that sucker full of samples and bottles and full travel sprays and generous decants, and they loaded her up, man. I'm telling you, that pillowcase was hella heavy. "Meow," said the girl, because she was speechless, which had actually never happened before. The girl decided that each one of those pumpkins would get a dedicated video to show her appreciation. By now, the girl was completely overwhelmed and had zero idea how to demonstrate her gratitude, so she kind of just stood there awkwardly with a mouse hanging out of her mouth. She wanted to give them the mouse, but she didn't want to hurt the mouse. She had issues, okay? Her pillowcase was really heavy now, and she turned to go and pack her bags. No more smelling like cabbage for this girl. Bye-bye. As she turned to go, the beautiful enchantress stopped her. "Wait," said the beautiful enchantress. "Let me give you some of the most famous and beautiful perfumes in the world, too, for no reason and with no expectation." "Meow," said the girl, but in her heart, she was already dreaming up a Canva presentation where shit. "Bye," said the beautiful enchantress. The girl, whose costume was now gone for good for some reason, practically walked on air as she made her way home to tell her stepmother and stepsisters to suck it. But just then, two scary ghosts came out of the woods and nearly scared the crap out of the girl. They both smelled so good, but they talked funny.
This was supposed to be a tag about your favourite sweet fragrances. What the bollocks is this?
Said the ghost, whose head was turned so she couldn't see his gorgeous face.
I'll tell you what.
He continued.
Why don't we nip on over to your place and scare the piss out of those awful smelling cabbage people you live with, and we can all smell my Killian collection. Then you can tell us what your favourite sweet scents are.
Deal, said the girl. Also, she added, I love your hair, other smelly ghost. When I get home, I'm going to tell them all about the wonderful sweet scents I love, said the girl. And she did. And they all sat around, smelling Killian fragrances until the ghosts had to go home for tea or supper or dinner or whatever, who knows what ghosts eat. And that, as they say, was that. The girl really didn't do the tag like she was supposed to, and her story didn't make a lick of sense. See what I did there, because all the wheels fell off and she ran out of time and then she couldn't read a thing. Thank you to all of my scent sisters, scent brothers, and non-binary scent siblings. And to Perfumes to Eve, Maria Collett, Richard Kikot, Joss's Fragrance Mixology, Veronica Says, and the lovely enchantress herself, Emmy from Emmy's World of Fragrance. Here are some of my favorite sweet scents.